Well, my major interest is my medical sense that autism is a tremendously growing problem that's affecting, by some statistics, um, um, worse than 1 in 100 children who are born, particularly boys. And the cause of it is totally unknown at this point. What we do know is that the earlier the diagnosis and the earlier the intervention, then the stronger chance that basically the problem can be fixed, or at least very, very diminished. By bringing together all of the multiple resources of the university that touch upon a person with autism, we have the ability now to create an environment where a family can access the Nova Autism Institute as a single source where they can get information, they can get confirmatory testing done, and then they can get a plan about the kind of treatment that the child needs, as well as long-term follow-up. Philanthropy is a major aspect here. Until the government is able to really get on board at multiple levels, county level, state level, and federal level, until that happens, we need philanthropy. We'll always need philanthropy. I can't stress enough the importance of getting foundations and individuals to participate in funding projects for autism.
Our daughter was diagnosed at 2.5. My husband was still in training and we were living in New York. We knew that once he had finished his training, we were going to move to South Florida to be near family. And we knew nothing of what South Florida had to offer. We had just begun to learn what New York had to offer. And the Unicorn Children's Foundation existed in such a way that they were a clearinghouse of information, and they sent us packets of information, and part of the packet was a description of the Bodwin Oral School. It was very clear from the time we walked into the school that this was the place for our daughter. It was warm and loving, full of expertise, full of individuals who really understood the child with autism. We also have another child with autism, our son, who has unfortunately not been able to overcome his challenges as gracefully as his sister.
As parents, our biggest fears, I think, are that when we are no longer able to care for our son, what will happen? And relying on what presently is available from a public domain point of view is not really enough. What we found is that these individuals are capable of remarkable things when you put them in a position to succeed. As parents, we pray for it. As board members of the Unicorn Children's Foundation, we recognize that it's not going to happen on its own. So we expect to enter into the next phase of the challenge by looking at where the greatest need is. And at this juncture, we think it's in the age group that's 14 to 22, or the high school age. So that's where we're going to concentrate our next effort. When Unicorn felt it was in early intervention and in early diagnosis, that's why we partnered with Nova and made a sizable and substantial donation that you see in every wall and every beam in this beautiful facility. So we hope that we can continue that moving forward, and I don't know that we have any choices but to move forward.